Hey K-Poppers, welcome back to Hallyu. It's time for another deep dive, and today we're going to talk about the girl group EXID, a group that has certainly had their fair share of ups and downs. We'll start by talking about their crazy debut and immediate split, the infamous Viral Fancam and their unbelievable first music show win, their sustained success and global expansion, Solji's long hiatus, and finally their split from Banana Culture Entertainment. We've got a lot to talk about, so make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and your arms and legs are inside the vehicle, because it's time to dive headfirst into EXID's wild ride. EXID debuted on February 16, 2012 with the album Hallyu and debut track Who's That Girl. The group's name is actually short for EXID and Dreaming. Now you may notice some faces you don't recognize in this debut music video, and that's because EXID's original lineup was very different than their lineup when they had their first comeback. So let's back up just a little bit. You see, in May 2011, AB Entertainment and producer Shinsadong Tiger scouted several trainees from JYP who had failed to debut, with the goal of debuting a new girl group of their own. The first trainee brought over was Yuji, who then contacted other trainees Hani, Haeryung, and Junghwa and told them to audition. They did, and they were all accepted into the group. Shinsadong Tiger also scouted an underground rapper by the name of Ellie, spelled E-L-L-Y, who joined as EXID's fifth member with a new stage name, L.E. A sixth member who was already an AB trainee was also added, named Dami. The group was initially to be called WT, short for Who's That, but the label changed to EXID a few months before their debut. They were preparing for a debut in January 2012, but unfortunately Ellie suffered a leg injury during rehearsals, so it was delayed to February. Finally, EXID debuted, and Who's That Girl hit number 36 on the Gaon singles chart and sold 840,000 digital copies. Just 2 months later though, AB Entertainment announced that Yuji, Dami, and Haeryung left the group. We were told that Yuji and Dami left to pursue studies and that Haeryung left to pursue an acting career. However, Yuji and Haeryung ended up debuting in four-member girl group BESTie just a year later. These members were replaced by Solji, who was previously in the duo 2NB, and Hyerin, who was originally considered for EXID but didn't make the original lineup. So to recap, between their debut and first comeback, EXID had 3 members leave and 2 new members added. The group had that first comeback in August, and it was called I Feel Good. They subsequently released a digital single called Every Night in October, and if you haven't seen the music video for this song, take a look and prepare yourself. I will let it speak for itself. On December 6th, EXID won the Rookie Award at the 20th Korea Culture and Entertainment Awards. Then in February 2013, members Hani and Solji formed the subunit Desoni, which debuted with the song Goodbye. Things seemed to be going okay for the group considering their tumultuous start, but it was about to get a whole lot crazier. On August 24th, 2014, EXID had a comeback showcase at EXID Art Hall for their new song Up and Down. It officially released 3 days later, but it flopped. It didn't even make the top 100 on the Gaon chart. EXID finished their promotion cycle and once again found themselves without a single music show win to their name. However, in October of 2014, 2 months later, the song started picking up traction when a fan uploaded a fan cam of Hani performing it live. The video went viral on Korean SNS and YouTube. It currently has over 32 million views on YouTube just for the fan cam. Suddenly, Up and Down showed up on the Gaon chart and it started skyrocketing upwards. It made it all the way to the top of Gaon's chart and it even made it into the top 10 in real-time charting. Because of this success, EXID were invited back to promote on music show programs once again, months after their original promotion cycle had ended. On the January 8th episode of M Countdown, against all odds, EXID took their first win as a group, and they didn't even know it when it happened. They weren't even at the show for the final stage since they didn't think they would even come close to winning. Check out this official M Countdown footage of them being presented with the trophy and realizing that they actually won a music show. The next day, January 9th, EXID did go to Music Bank, but they found themselves up against the Titan A-Pink with their hit song Love. Would they pull off the unthinkable once again? See for yourself.
그렇다면 과연 1위의 주인공은?
네, EXID 축하드립니다.
축하드립니다.
소감 부탁드릴게요.
EXID would go on to win a third time for Up and Down on Inkigayo as well 2 days later. With all the momentum in the world, they released their comeback Ah Yeah on April 13th, and they kept their status by winning 4 more music shows. They traveled internationally, performing at Korean Music Festival in Los Angeles in May, and they even got their own season of NBC's Showtime in July 2015. On November 7th, EXID won the NBC Music Star Award at the 2015 Melon Music Awards. Then, on January 11th, 2016, the girls signed with Banana Project, a Chinese entertainment company, with the hopes of riding their success and expanding outside of Korea. This worried their fans though, as they thought that EXID would stop focusing on Korea. Banana Project's CEO assured fans that Korea would not be neglected and that there would be a simultaneous Chinese and Korean release coming soon. That release was the group's first studio album Street, which dropped with the title track Lie on June 1st. This song was another hit and it earned the group 3 more music show wins. Interestingly, the MV is actually inspired by the critically acclaimed movie The Grand Budapest Hotel. In December of 2016, they marked their Chinese debut with the single called Cream, peaking at number 6 on Billboard's China V chart. It seemed like EXID were on top of the world and they were becoming a mainstay star group in K-pop. However, just one day after their Chinese debut, Solji was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. This left the group needing to promote as 4, since Solji's condition would take considerable time to recover from. Nonetheless, the 4 active members continued to promote in China and globally in 2017. On March 17th, they performed in Mexico City at KCON, and despite Solji needing more time to recover, the girls released a new EP called Eclipse with the title song Night Rather Than Day. This album debuted at number 4 on Billboard's World Albums chart, which made it their best charting album ever. They once again won 3 music shows for the comeback, and despite missing Solji, it continued to reach new heights. In fact, they even went on an Asian tour to Hong Kong, Singapore, and back to Seoul for their tour finale. Now, we need to talk about this Seoul performance for a minute because frankly, it could be a deep dive on its own. It's one of the most beautiful moments during a live performance that I have ever seen. Despite being in the middle of her treatment, Solji surprises the fans and the group by taking over part of the song after the lighting and sound equipment apparently seems to fail. Her fellow members did not even know she was going to be there, and you can see the intense emotions on stage. The fans take care of the singing while the group shares hugs and tears on stage. The group did continue promoting as 4 for a while though, releasing DDD and Lady while Solji continued her recovery. Solji's return actually began on The King of Masked Singer, where she was crowned the 82nd generation of Masked King. She defended her title for 8 episodes in a row, then shocked everyone when she revealed her identity after being defeated. Finally, Solji was back with EXID, and the group began promoting again in Japan, starting with the Japanese version of Up and Down. On November 11th, EXID came back with I Love You, their first Korean comeback reunited as 5 members, and the song entered the World Digital Song chart by Billboard at number 5. It was by far their best charting song ever on the chart. EXID was focused on promoting their Japanese music through the start of 2019. Then in early May though, Hani and Jungkook decided not to renew their contracts with Banana Culture Entertainment. However, shortly thereafter, EXID announced that an EP was coming out on May 15th, which needless to say was a confusing piece of news. The members agreed to participate in promotions for the release, and then after that was finished, the group would go on indefinite hiatus to allow for personal promotions. But then Banana Culture announced that EXID would continue promoting as 5 in Japan for another year, including a summer tour that August. Finally though, on January 15th, 2020, Hyedin left Banana Culture. Solji and L.E. followed shortly after, with Solji leaving on February 5th and L.E. leaving on March 25th. But the incredible story of EXID does not end there. Despite none of the members being signed to their Korean label, the members are keeping the group together. In fact, 1 week ago today, EXID released a brand new song in Korean and Japanese called B.L.E.S.S.E.D. It's perhaps one of the most unique situations a group has been in. All members did not renew their contracts, yet the group lives on. The story of EXID is full of twists and turns, right from the very beginning of the group. Their story is one of a group who debuted and then immediately had half of the group leave and get replaced with new members. Then, when that group looked as if they were trending towards disbanding due to a lack of popularity, they were saved by a single fan cam. and that single video propelled the group on a massive wave of momentum that they rode to 22 music show wins and 13 other music awards. It's the story of a group which, despite every single member deciding to leave their label, continues on and is still releasing music because the 5 girls have a true friendship and passion for making wonderful music together. I think it's undeniable that EXID has quite literally lived up to their name. They truly have exceeded their dreams. Alright guys, that concludes this week's deep dive. I hope you enjoyed the incredible story of EXID with all of its ups and downs. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on all the future stories like this from the world of K-pop. Do you want to be an honorary producer and be able to show off your bias group in these videos? How about joining a video hangout and getting a personal K-pop video message every single month? Or even your very own deep dive? All of that's available to you when you support my work via Patreon, and it would mean a lot to have you guys there. This has been Deep Dive number 16, EXID's Wild Ride.